Hello, friends, it's Poppy here, and I hope you are having a good time. So, I came to the restroom and I was washing my hands when a couple of questions came to my mind. The first one is, what do people do to bring all the water here? And the second question is, what did the people from ancient times do to have the same water supply? I know water is brought from other places, but I wanted to know how people from ancient times did this because they didn't have the same tools that we have today. The good thing for you is that I love to investigate, and together we can learn about this. This invention may seem something simple and easy today, but it actually comes from long time ago, and it has evolved to what we have now. The people who started working on it were the Romans. And in this week's episode, we'll learn more about it. So, if you use your imagination, you can come with me to Rome. And there, I can show you the magnificent aqueducts. Well, here we are. And this giant structure that we have here might look like a monument or something like that, but it's not. It's actually a plumbing water system known as aqueduct. And the Roman engineers created it to carry water from one place to another. So the first thing that Roman engineers used to do was to locate water deposits in the mountains and then take it to the city's fountains, cisterns like this one, public latrines known as toilets today, and public baths. We are going to learn more about public baths later too. Some of the water was also taken to the rich people's houses. And maybe you are still wondering, how did they do that? How did they carry all of this water? The answer is gravity. Aqueducts were a little bit inclined, and that allowed water to flow at the same speed during all the journey. Remember that they didn't have any type of engines. That's why they only used gravity. Another thing to think about is that water may seem light, but when there is much of it, it's actually very heavy, and that weight would destroy any structure. That's the reason that they built arches like this, so they would give strength to the structure. And well, that was such a good idea that aqueducts still stand to this day. Now we know where the water goes to, but let's see where it comes from. Do you see the mountain in the back? Let's go there and find out. This is the end of the journey, and now let's see where it comes from. So here we are. But this is not the beginning. Do you remember I told you that the first thing engineers did was to find water deposits? Well, here's one. Let's go see it. And here we are. I'm at the back of the mountain where the aqueduct is, and this is a water deposit. And this is formed naturally when the snow in mountains melt. Here we go. Woohoo! It looks kind of chilling, right? Now, they used to build a channel to carry all the water. And this channel was covered in brick slabs to protect it. Here's the water flowing. They also used to dig tunnels through other mounds to keep the water flowing. And these are holes that were used as ventilation for the same reason, to keep the water flowing. Now here is where the water goes out. Let's keep on following the water. So this way, the water would go to the city's main tanks. And well, as everything in the world, aqueducts had some pros and cons. Among the pros, we can say that it supplied water for a very large amount of people, even during dry seasons. On the other hand, the cons include that people abused the water supply and they used it for really unnecessary things, such as filling the amphitheaters with water to perform the naval battles. We are going to talk about amphitheaters later on. Today, aqueducts still exist, and it is safe to drink from the water they carry. So, as a conclusion, let's sum up the information. The Roman aqueducts were built around the year 312 before Christ, so they are very old. They were built to carry water from one point to another. They didn't use any type of engines. Engineers used gravity for water to flow properly. Aqueducts were inclined, and they still exist today. Now, let's go back to school. I hope all of this information was useful for you. And remember, if you like this video, share it with your friends, and we'll see each other in the next episode. Remember, wash your hands frequently.